Number three, the authoring of the Hans Wehr lexicon or dictionary. The Hans Wehr lexicon was authored by a German individual by the name of, you may have guessed it, his name is Hans Wehr. That's his name. He began gathering the material for this dictionary in stages, and the major portion of it was gathered between 1940 and 1944 with the cooperation of several German orientalists. A brief history of the orientalists and their goals. We just heard about the compiling of this lexicon by a German man, right? Hans Wehr, and the help that he enlisted by German orientalists. So one may ask now, who are the orientalists? And why would a non-Muslim of German origin author an Arabic dictionary, right? This is a question that will come up. What is his concern for the Arabic language? And the answer is, this matter is actually not a new phenomenon, meaning non-Muslims studying the sciences of Islam. This is what is known as al-istishraq. All right, this is what is known as what? Al-istishraq, as you see here. Those who study this, and study the sciences of Islam and the Muslims, they're known as al-mustashriqun, or orientalists. They're known as orientalists, mustashriqun, meaning those who get concerned to the sharq, the Orient, which is the East. You find that many non-Muslims, Europeans in particular, Britons and Germans, have studied many of the masadir al-Islam. Sheikh bin Baz, rahimahullah ta'ala, says, al-istishraq, and the mustashriqun are people from among the Christians, the Jews, and others from the people of unbelief who learned the language of the sharq, the East, meaning the Orient. They learned the Arabic language and wrote concerning Islam and other religions. Some of them may be just and speak the truth, while most of them are unjust and do not speak the truth. Others may speak the truth in certain subjects in order to deceive people and secretly introduce falsehood. They're among the Christians, the Jews, and others who secretly introduce evil in other areas of knowledge due to them entering the East and taking on the language of the people of the East. They study the remnants of the East, their religion, and the religion and guidance that they're upon in order to remove them from their religion, bring them doubts in their religion, and call them to falsehood, to Christianity, to Ba'athism, to Judaism, to idol worship, etc. And at the very least, the desire is to bring doubts to them in their religion, whereas the Muslims will not have any firmness. This is due to what they have casted in their hearts of corrupt ideologies, doubts, and evil deeds. And this is true because if you look in history, you'll find the mustashriqun, for example, they bring doubt as it relates to, and we studied this when we're in the university, they brought doubt as it relates to the compiling of hadith. When did the hadith compilation start? The narrations of Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. You found these mustashriqun, they study these things, and of course, falsely, they tried to bring doubts. And alhamdulillah, the ulama, they refuted them. The ulama, they refuted them regarding these doubts. But I just want to give you a background on, because we're looking at this dictionary, the Hans Wehr dictionary. Why is he authored this dictionary? Who is he? He was from the mustashriqun. All right, so this shouldn't go unnoticed by the Muslim. Now, so what proves what was stated by Al-Alama Ibn Baz, rahimahullah, is was stated in the preface of the English dictionary, the English edition of the Hans Wehr dictionary by J. Milton Cowan. If you read the preface, he says this dictionary will be welcome not only to English and American users, but to who? Orientalists throughout the world who are more at home with English than with German. So this shows us that we as Muslims, we must be even more diligent in learning the language of Islam, and the Muslims are more deserving to compile such works and to give service to the language of Islam and its books and learn and speak its language. So you find that some of these Orientalists, they speak the Arabic language better than some Arabs. And I remember hearing this from one of the ulama one time. We were in a sitting, I believe it was Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab al-Aqil at the time, and he was speaking about this matter, the Orientalists, and he said once he heard one of these mustashriqun on the radio, and he said he spoke Arabic better than some Arabs, right? So the Muslims, we're more deserving of compiling such works and giving service to Islam in general. So although we benefit from this lexicon, the Hans Wehr, we still should keep in mind the goal of the Orientalists and why they were eager to compile such works. And I return you back to the time frame again, and that's why I mentioned the time frame in which this dictionary was compiled during World War II. where the Germans, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, they sought to dominate the entire world. They almost had the whole of Europe. So perhaps they saw this matter of compiling an Arabic German lexicon. Perhaps they saw it a step closer, and they're encroaching upon and even dominating the Muslim and the Muslim lands. Because if they could study our language and bring doubt to our religion, especially to the ignorant Muslims, if our religion is lost, then what do we have left? So Arabic is what connects us to understanding the Quran, the Sunnah, and it connects us to the pious predecessors, as stated by Al-Alama Salih Al-Fawzan, حفظه الله.